All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Haikyuu.
This is our first sports anime. At least my first sports anime.
Yes.
I've never seen a sports anime in my life.
I have seen Chihaya Furu.
Okay.
And that's it.
And that's not really a sports anime. It's only a pseudo-sports anime.
Yeah, it's not a very sportsy sports anime.
Okay, well guys, this is a result of our awesome patrons voting on the polls very faithfully
amazing.
for Haikyuu. And Haikyuu kept trying and trying.
Yeah.
Kept hitting second place in all the polls.
Yep.
And we're like, you know what? Haikyuu has been put off long enough. It deserves this.
Yes.
So this is the emotional victory. This is the well-deserved determinator victory for Haikyuu there.
Let's not go there just yet. I think we're going to be getting a lot of that.
That's true. That's a very good point.
This show.
But I'm kind of excited to go in blind to something to where I only know that it's volleyball. That's the only thing I know.
Yeah.
Which is cool because, that's kind of the premise. There's going to be some characters doing volleyball. What's the story? I don't know.
Yeah, that
we'll see.
And that's awesome because since we haven't seen anything like this either, we don't know exactly what's going to be happening. We don't know how it's going to do it.
Yeah, structure-wise and all that, we're just kind of, going in blind. All right, so no predictions. I think we'll just get right into this episode and see what happens. Oh.
This is a great way to get us attached to the character.
Yes,
because he's asking questions. This is when it all started.
Right, the visualization of what will be.
And the wings on them like they're flying. Must be very important. They've said it like 5 times already.
Whoa.
Okay,
so now he's actually in high school.
gotcha. Nice, they're already going into the big pond.
Right.
At the very beginning.
Izumi and Koji.
Yeah. I get the feeling I know why this episode's called The End and the Beginning.
Yep. Whoa. Whoa.
That was a cool effect.
Yeah. It was like he was seeing royalty in front of him.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. He needs to go puke his guts out.
I heard that. He's got the captain label on him.
Yeah.
Oh, buddy. Whoa. The king. I got it.
Yeah.
The king.
Right.
Oh, these aren't even the really good players of the team.
They're probably the bench warmers.
Yeah. That was... Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, the burn!
And this is great because... Oh, yeah.
Oh!
Yep. He's both the rival and the idol.
Physically ready.
Yeah.
That's just being blunt, dude. Declaration of goals right at the beginning.
Not just this tournament.
Right. He's thinking way ahead of you. Oh. The lineup.
Wow.
Feels bad, man.
And they don't have anyone to sub in.
Nope. No subs. Yep. Right. Backstory.
Oh.
Oh, shoot. So he's pulling this all together by himself. I feel ya.
Yeah.
I
love these
shots.
first person. Yeah.
He actually sent it back up. Oh, they're killing us with this back and forth.
This is awesome.
You keep saying one more. Wow. Yep. They defended perfectly.
Yep.
But he made the jump.
Right.
Oh. Oh, they're gonna try and take him down a notch. Ow.
That looks painful.
Well, that was just a good dive. Yeah, remind us as the audience too.
Yep.
That's why this is important. Yep.
Right. Well, it's going to show that he has better leadership skills than the other guy that's the ace.
Yeah. We haven't lost yet.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
That's
That feels so good. they were.
Yep.
Yep.
Senpai's acknowledging him.
Yep.
Because they made a mistake.
Oh.
And it was actually an opening.
Wow.
Nice.
He's just going all out. Oh. So close. Not bad,
You did
dude.
good.
You. Whoa. Oh, shoot, that's a great point. The high schoolers are looking here. Yeah. Right, exactly. Oh,
and it's the...
Yep, it's the high school. Yep. Oh.
And thus a great rivalry was born.
No, I think it's a great friendship.
Sure. How much you want to bet they're going to go to the same high school?
Of course they are. Of course they are. He did the whole formal thank you and the bow and everything. Oh.
Yep.
Oh, here we go!
He's
Spot the
going
main
straight-
character.
Well, yeah.
They're not showing the faces because
Yeah.
we might see these characters in the future, or they're just, nameless, facelesses, side characters.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
He's already there, bro.
I knew it. Yes. All right, that's the first episode of Haikyuu.
That was fantastic.
Yeah, I just felt good watching it.
Yes, it's... Okay, so when you have something like... And granted, this is just what I would imagine for something like a sports anime, right?
For sure.
But since the idea is that the characters all need to be very passionate about the sport that they're doing,
right,
you need to do it in such a way that communicates that same kind of passion so that the audience feels it even if they don't actually, really understand the sport itself. Because, I know
yeah, you koi, from Summer
exactly.
Wars.
Yeah.
But we don't need to understand the sport fully in order to get hyped up into the moment with the emotions of the players that are playing the game.
Because they do such a good job of communicating the emotion through the camera angles, through the kinds of movements that they do, and the looks on the main character and the way he moves. It's
all the
fantastic.
movement and camera angles in particular are new to me, so I'm wondering, guys, sound off in the comments if this is more common as a kind of sports anime style, that they'll do things kind of showing it from that first person angle, showing kind of the perspective of the the ball for instance. See if it tells us that that's kind of a thing there, because in particular, I really loved when they started blending perfectly the flashbacks with the current stuff.
That was fantastic.
They did it the first flashback seemed a little bit not perfectly fitting, but then the next one and the next one after that,
and
they were good.
Blending flashbacks into the first episode while having the first episode still tell a self-contained story.
Yes,
that's good job.
Yeah, you had to keep it tightly packed, otherwise we would just run out of time.
Right.
And to be fair, I could tell that there were parts where they were really making sure they got it tight.
Yeah.
And then there were other parts where they didn't as much, but they hit certain emotions in those points to where it made up for the fact that it wasn't as efficient. And so, just good stuff overall.
And one other thing I want to point out that I thought was absolutely amazing, when they came to actually showing them playing volleyball, they did almost no telling about the sport itself. The only thing I think they ever did was when they talked about what's a setter, right?
Right.
But the rest of it was all showing. And one of the things that I loved about that, my favorite part about it that really stood out, was showing how it is a team sport, not an individual sport.
Yes.
The main character was good, but that didn't matter because his teammates couldn't pass the ball to him. The other guy, he was good, but he couldn't work well with his teammates.
Yep. It's one of the things where in other shows that we've seen, like Legend of Korra, for instance, they showed the dynamics of the possibility of the made-up sport of pro bending that they did.
Right.
In this, I know a relatively small amount of volleyball, but I know just enough to kind of be able to tell what's going on. And they did a very good job of showing different instances of things that can happen in volleyball, so that Jacob, a complete novice with regards to volleyball, knows kind of a little bit of the rules just by having watched this episode.
Like I love that they had the details of of basically just how bad I believe Shoyo is his name, how bad his team was.
Right.
Like the fact that one of them had the ball coming right at him and he moved out of the way, or the two that were both going for the ball
they
stopped and they didn't communicate, and so it just hit the ground. Yeah. Stuff like that is stuff that very much does happen in real life, but a lot of times they don't show that in stories because it doesn't come across as very interesting. But they did a great job of using that to set up the struggle for Shoyo, which will then make all the stuff that comes next that much more rewarding.
Right, and I'm guessing his last name is Hinata because was there a character that said Hinata Senpai?
Right.
So his full name is probably Hinata Shoyo.
Sure.
And I'm guessing that Sho-chan was a nickname. Shoyo could also be a nickname, but until we hear anything else, he's Hinata Shoyo. The king of the court, though. I think the crowning moment of this whole episode was that talk by the water fountains in the bathrooms.
Oh yeah, that was great.
Once he gets them to leave, because you guys aren't even on the bench.
Yes. Yep.
That was a sick burn,
which makes us immediately kind of like him, even though then we showed how he wasn't able to work well with his teammates, and he kind of had this, not a superiority complex, but something similar to that.
Okay, so that's not the direction I was wanting to take this. The direction I was wanting to take this was that I have been on many sports teams, and I've been in multiple situations where I'm not even actually playing, where you're not a bench warmer, or you are a bench warmer, and your team is doing really well, and there's that temptation to be like, yeah, what's your team got? You guys don't have anything. Right. But then you're not actually someone contributing to your team because you're not even good enough to do that. So what right do you have to judge others for the skill or even the drive that they have when you don't have the skill or the drive that's necessary to put you on the field in the first place?
You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of in MHA when the people in the tournament are booing Bakugo.
Sure.
During the Bakugo Uraraka fight, and then Aizawa basically just sit
who
down.
did that?
Yeah.
If you're a pro hero, turn in your license right now.
Right.
Yeah. One of the things that I just want to bring up before we start this, in the show as a whole, I am a current Ultimate Frisbee player. And Ultimate Frisbee is a relatively new sport in terms of the scene of things, but it just got Olympically approved. And one of the cool things was that the numbers on a Frisbee team is 7, and the numbers on a volleyball team is 6. And I was noting how much positioning is involved with volleyball. Yeah. And that's one thing I kind of forgot, was that each person actually has a specific position, because when I've played just volleyball for fun, there's usually only 4 people, and we don't have enough room to fulfill the positions. So in Frisbee, one of the things that's really important is to make sure that you have your your situational awareness amped up to 11, so that you know not only where the disc is, but you know how your team is moving, so you correspond accordingly and communicate.
Sure.
One of the things that the king, we still don't know his name, but, or just either forgot.
They went through him so fast, and it was a bit longer.
Brought up was that his team either wasn't communicating, or they didn't want to be there. And I'll tell you, having played so much Ultimate Frisbee, hundreds, maybe even 1,000 or more hours of Ultimate Frisbee, one of the things that I will take over any type of skill or experience or what have you, or physical ability, is someone that wants to be there. And I wanted to call out this point, because as a sports person, you can tell the people on the field or the court or the track or whatever, the ones that want to be there. You can tell them out no matter what their skill is, because you can see that extra bit that they give, because every once in a while they'll hit their limitations physically, right?
Yeah.
And you'll see that person can't do any more than that. But then every once in a while along the game, you'll see, hey, they just push their limits. Right. And they're doing it again and again and again, meaning because they want to be there. And the fact that Shoyo was that type of character, I think is good.
Yes.
Because they gave him an actual skill, which is good. I didn't want him to just randomly be good. They like proof. He can jump really well. He has actual like advanced agility.
And that's something that definitely also comes into playing Frisbee too.
Right. But like you get the whole thing of he is small, that's the underdog portion.
Yep. Which
he
was
has
great.
Practiced for so long because he has this desire which puts him out there in the field, which gets him more skill, which gets him more ability.
And that was even really what got the team going in the first place, because they saw how hard he was practicing and that this was serious for him. And even if it wasn't necessarily very serious for them, he just sort of swept them along.
It's what got them a team at all. He didn't have a team. I loved that aspect because one of the things that I'm just gonna bring up Ultimate Frisbee, guys. Sorry, guys, if this becomes a joke of our whole reaction series. I have been the person that's tried to get a team group together.
Yeah.
It is so hard.
It is really hard.
It is really hard. I have watched other people do it, and they have success with it, and I just have huge respect for people that put that kind of sacrifice into it, because they're actually sacrificing numerous hours of their lives, in general, outside of practicing to be good, just to make sure that they can have the people there to fill a roster. So, you people that do that, you guys are fantastic. You guys are absolutely fantastic, because you're making a way for people that might not have actually had the confidence or the gumption to just get out there in the field and put themselves out there. So
it's true.
Good stuff. So Shoyo, you're a good main character so far.
Oh yeah.
You have that little bit of depth that's just waiting to bud into even more potential, and you've got a good secondary main character that looks to be pretty good as well.
I just want to point out, this is a character that, and I know we've sort of talked about this, but let's just highlight this. Shoyo really, really cares.
Oh, yes, he does.
And it's amazing. And even though it is kind of like simple, like it's like, let's not get confused here. It isn't complicated.
No, it's not.
But it's good. It is good. And
he cares more than anyone else on screen we've seen thus far.
Even more than the king.
Yep. And that was why he asked him the question, where have you been the last 3 years? I'm having to put up with these people.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
And there's the mirror, actually.
Oh, yeah.
That guy essentially
in a way looks up to him.
Well, no, hold on. Yeah, yes, sure. Yeah. But I don't want to take that away from you. But the point is that that Shoyo inspired all of them to come to the field, even though they didn't really want to be there. Everyone else was on the team because of the prowess of their team. It's the big team, and they just get to kind of play and win because they're all physically, athletic and stuff, and tall. But the king in particular, he wanted to be there more than anyone else, and it showed, especially when you're playing a team against a team that's not good.
Right.
That doesn't have the skill. One thing happened in a season of Frisbee recently where we played against a team that had just formed maybe like a month or two ago. They were very new. And we, easily destroyed them. It was very, very easy. But there was a point where we, as a team, kind of decided, this is a bit easy. We won't try as hard. They scored 3 points on us in a row. Now, a Frisbee game that we play only goes till 15 points or time. So they scored from 0 to 3 in a row on us basically kind of slacking off because we didn't really feel like we needed to play as much. So I'm glad that they brought that up and that it didn't magically make them win the game or anything, but that is a real thing that happens when people get too affected by the scoreboard. And they're like, we're 24 points into this game, so we don't need 24 to 0. Doesn't matter.
Yep. Yeah. Well said.
Very good stuff.
Yeah.
So, guys, we're going to be doing these every Sunday in replacement of One Punch Man.
Right.
One Punch Man is done. We are not doing OVAs.
Right.
Sorry for those of you that have mentioned them to us. We will probably watch them
on our own time. Yeah.
But other than that, anything else you wanted to bring up?
Well, if you do want to watch the next episode of Haikyuu, or Haikyuu as it is known,
Haikyuu, I like that.
And I have been told about that my favorite phrase, koi koi, is going to become very much a thing in this show. So I'm excited to hear that. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Apparently, I've been using it all wrong. It means it's more like a challenge. Like, come on, like
like a come at me, bro.
Yeah, come at me, bro, kind of a thing.
Koi koi.
Yeah, koi koi.
I like that. So, I'm gonna use that in just proper context, of course. But
and of course, I'll need to fix the context where I start saying koi koi.
Yes, but Jacob's right. If you want to watch the next episode of Haikyuu,
it is on Patreon.
Now, it is on our Patreon early access. So check out the link in the description for that. And maybe check out the Discord as well.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We'll see you again next time. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.